haven't done a video for a few weeks now. It's a little bit busy, and I have been travelling at night, so there's not too much to see. So nothing's really happened. Nothing out of the ordinary. I just want to do an update. Just got a truck flash to see what you do with a. Someone asked about the signalling one time. You do a left, a right, and then a left again, or you can do it the other way. It doesn't really matter. It's just to say thank you for flashing. That you're clear of them, and they want you're clear to come over. Now I just want to do an update on the last video about immigration. Now that wasn't a video about whether foreign drivers can drive or not, whether they should come over. It's just an information and things that I've looked into. One of the questions I got asked is whether you can come over to Australia and drive. Now, just because you've come from overseas doesn't mean you can't drive, as in you haven't had the experience. I'm sure there's quite a few countries that drivers have driven and had lots of experience. For example, Canada has a similar truck to Australia. 2 trailers, got road trains as well, 2 trailer road trains. South Africa has similar trucks to our B-doubles. I believe there's also some logging trucks in Europe that have they're quite similar to our B-doubles. Now, just because you're coming from a foreign country, though you haven't driven in Australia before, doesn't mean you haven't had any experience. That's just something I wanted to clarify. I had a few comments that drivers shouldn't come over unless they're experienced, but you don't know their background. The unfortunate thing in Australia is we don't really get much training ourselves. I did have a comment from a driver in England who said he'd rather go for an Australian licence rather than an English licence because it's pretty tough to get one. Maybe someone can tell us what you go through to get a licence in the UK. In the US, I know you've got to go for, you can't just get in the truck like you can in Australia, just drive. You've got to go out with a trainer and for about 4 weeks or so, or I guess until they deem you're ready to go out on your own. In Australia you might get, so you might get a local job where it's where you're going out with someone else just to learn for a little while, but virtually you're on your own. There's not too many companies are going to put on pay 2 drivers to drive interstate, or another one just sitting in the passenger seat showing someone what to do. It's just not the way it works. You learn as you go along. It'd be good if it worked that way, and more companies did it. I did read an article about one in Brisbane who's going out with drivers, a driver trainer, who goes out with drivers and actually shows them what to do. So there's a bit of training going on there. And some of these countries like Europe and Canada, where it snows, so they got the actual experience of driving in hazardous conditions as well as having the experience to drive. I have watched some videos on Norway, and they got some incredible roads. narrow, snow, ice. They're sort of conditions they drive on. We don't all get it lucky driving the Hume Highway. So I just wanted to make a comment on that. It wasn't, you know, no one should come over to Australia and drive. If you can get your way over here, find a way to get a visa, and you've had the experience, then why not come and give it a go? But as I mentioned, you can't just get on a plane and come and arrive in the country. You've got to have the right visas. So that's all that information video was about, just about what you've got to go through and the cost, a little bit the cost of what it is to get a visa in Australia. It's not easy. There's driver shortages all over the world, but there isn't too many countries that'll recognise it as a skill. That video wasn't to stir up any trouble or say that foreign drivers aren't experienced in any way. May not be experienced in the larger trucks, but you haven't got the opportunity to do it. So we'll leave that at that, and coming into Melbourne. This is at Wallen. This is where it starts to get crazy on the roads. Everyone on their way to work, and it's a little bit wet today, as you can see, so this is going to make it worse. Maybe on a tell that I got a new steering wheel. Now it, when they actually put this one on, you knew the other one was a bit off centre, you might say. But when they put this one on, it was actually still off centre, but the other way. Now this one's not perfect, it's still a little bit off. Let's see what this car's going to do. He backed off. Could have kept coming, he probably would have made it. This one's a little off centre, but I tried not to worry about it. It's better than what it was. This is more the leathery type steering wheel, got the wood grain at the top. Something a little different. Maybe when they get to next service, maybe they can try and straighten it up a little bit. As you can see, it's a little off centre, should be over here. But, oh, that's just the way it is. They're hard to line up. Trouble with our mechanic, he doesn't actually drive, so he can only go around the yard to try and get as straight as possible. He can't see out the road unless he goes with somebody how far it's off, and yeah, it makes it a little bit hard. So if you go around a little bit of left-hand bend, it sort of comes straight. So hopefully you go around a lot of left-hand bends and you won't notice it. This is Thursday morning, and we've got one more trip to Sydney to go for the weekend. It's 7:30 in the morning. everyone's in a hurry to get to work. And as you come into Melbourne now, it starts to get a lot busier. What we're going to come up to is called the Craigieburn bypass, and used to be pretty good because of all the construction, housing construction out the north side of Melbourne. It's there's a lot more traffic coming in now. So the bypass road actually comes to a stop occasionally now. Towards Calcallo. Now I'll possibly move over to the right hand lane here, and I'll tell you the reason why. I'm going to get some comments that shouldn't be in that lane. And there's nothing coming up behind us. Not for a while anyway. And if they're doing 80 they shouldn't catch us, but I'm sure they will. Make too much noise past the servo. I come over to the right hand lane when I come down in the morning is because of this on-ramp can at times be a little busy. Sometimes people coming onto these on-ramps don't know how to merge, so I get out of the way until I get up over the hill, try and get back into the other lane. most times the cars in that left-hand lane are slower, so I am overtaking. So I'm abiding by the keep left and less overtaking rule. The cars in left hand lane usually take this exit, Craigieburn. But see how that goes. There we go, we can move over now. You're not going to go anywhere if you come and stay on this lane. I move over, a lot of cars think that you're blocking them off, but when they find out, oh, can't go anywhere anyway. Just like this one. What happens here, why the right hand lane slows down, because there's Cooper Street on ramp, the ones in the left hand lane decide they want to move over to the right, which they find a little gap, and then cars behind slow down and it just snowballs from there. So what I do here, other drivers don't like it, but I hang back a little bit. Leave a bit of a gap so that get a bit of a flow with some of these cars if they've got a gap to go into. Maybe get rid of some of these trucks off the exit. Can be a very dangerous corner. You can't see if anyone's stopped. I was in the left hand lane one morning and a few trucks were coming around there. I ended up slowing down because I knew what the traffic was going to do, but two trucks and a couple of cars come around here, white smoke everywhere, when they had to lock them up, and one had to actually go over to the right because going to hit the truck in front. It was a bit of a disaster, but nobody hit anybody, but it come pretty close. So it can catch you by surprise when you come around the corner and it's all of a sudden everyone's come to a complete stop. when they rebuilt this road, they probably should have made a different system here, so we're not merging. Depends on who wants to be courteous, I guess. Some drive over the speed limit and some drive well under. Got to move over one lane. Just go on a left. Have to leave a bit of a gap. Come over another. Sometimes you've got to push in, but you're only going slow anyway, so not too bad. Stopping, nothing coming. Wash our window a little bit. I've got no water left. A little bit. Very soapy. Or soap than water, I think. Change channel so we can pull we get near the gate, see where they want to put the trailers.